Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your astrologer friend and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have posted so far around 10 videos for the results or the probable predictions for the month of December for the natives from Aries through till Capricorn. Today we are going to talk about the probable results or predictions for Aquarius natives for the month of December 2019 from a Vedic astrology or sidereal astrology point of view. However, this will also resonate strongly with those people who are of Aquarius zodiac sign and who relate very strongly with Aquarius characteristics, and also for those people who have moon sign of Aquarius or they have moon placed in their Aquarius sign. And if moon is very strong, then you will also face or you will also see strong denotation or manifestations of these predictions for you in the month of December 2019. And at the cost of sounding repetitive, as I've said in almost all my videos and even in my predictions for November for all the signs, that these 3 months, November, December and January, are very important for all the signs, because almost all the energies, strongest of strong energies, are manifesting through 3 signs of Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius. And based on which houses are ruled by these signs in your respective horoscopes, the results or the predictions will play out accordingly. Now, when we say predictions, these are probabilities. These are not strong results that okay, this happened, so this placement is here, this planet is transiting here, which means this will absolutely happen. That's not how it is. These are probabilities, meaning these are strong opportunities given to you. Now, how you use these energies is all up to you. So, for example, if there is a good time and there is a strong chance of a job, and you sit at home and you say, oh, there is a strong chance of a job, so I'll get the job. You don't apply, you don't face interviews, you do nothing. Then how can you get a job? Even if there is an opportunity, you need to apply for the job, you need to upload your cover story or your cover page, update your resume, send it across, take calls, get prepared for the interview, get ready on your best, and go for the interview, face it to the best of your abilities, give examples of your success stories in the interview, and after all of that, then there is a chance that you may get the job because of you having very strong placements of job. If you just sit at home thinking, my planets will do the work for me, then that's not going to happen. So, the predictions that I've been giving are strong possibilities or opportunities for you, but it depends on you how you manifest them, how you strongly use the energies and the strengths given to you by these planets, basis their transits, and combined with or complementing how these planets are placed in your horoscope, your birth horoscope. Okay, so keep this in mind. Now, as I've said already, that very strong energies are passing through Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius. And for Aquarius natives, Saturn rules your Lagna and your 12th house, and Saturn is placed in the 11th house in the 9th sign, which is Sagittarius, along with Ketu and Jupiter. And Jupiter is your second lord. Second lord means house of earnings, savings, and getting into the 11th house in its own sign. So very high possibilities of higher earning or an opportunity of higher earning or savings for Aquarius natives. So this is a good opportunity for you and you should not let go of this. However, Ketu being there, you need to be able to put in your best foot forward and maybe put in some extra effort to be able to extract results from your 11th house. Okay. Now, while Jupiter is your second lord and your 9th lord and placed with Saturn and Ketu in the 11th house, not 9th lord, 11th lord and second lord, and placed in the 11th house with Saturn and Ketu, where are the other planets? You have in the 9th house Mercury and Mars. Now what is Mars? Mars is the ruler of your 10th house of Scorpio, and Mars is also the ruler of your 3rd house of Aries. So the 3rd house lord and the 10th lord placed in the 9th house, which means that through effort, 10th lord going into the 9th house means through effort, and career lord going to the 9th house. 9th house is also the house of faith, of religiously doing your duties, also long distance travel. And the 9th house here is Libra, the sign of relations, which means if you put in good energy or effort or self-enterprise with Mars ruling the 3rd house in your career and in your relation and in your communication, because which planet is Mars sitting with? Mercury. Mercury rules what houses for Aquarius natives? Mercury rules your 5th house of gains and also rules your 8th house of sudden events, sudden obstacles, hidden things, hidden manifestations, traumatic events, and also the house of life. And your 8th house here, ruled by Mercury, is the sign of Virgo, which also has healing properties and healing tendencies, but also service. So 8th lord Mercury is placed in the 9th house with Mars. Mars is the ruler of the natural 8th lord, which is Scorpio, and also rules the 10th house of Scorpio in this horoscope. So lot of 8th house energy is getting manifested. The other thing is Mars rules your 3rd house in this horoscope, but who's the ruler, natural ruler of the 3rd house? Mercury. So you see, very strong 3rd house energies and very strong 8th house energies are coming together in the 9th house of faith, luck, gain and long distance travel. And where is the 9th lord placed? 9th lord is Venus. Venus rules your 4th house and Venus rules your 9th house. So one trine house and one Kendra house. So very, very strong yoga karaka for Aquarius is Venus. And where is Venus placed? Venus is placed in the 11th house of gains, of aspiration, of desire, of social network, extended circle. And with the Lagna Lord Saturn and also the house, the second Lord of the 2nd house Jupiter. Which means that through your self-enterprise, through your communication, you can do very well in your career if you play your cards very well. If you manage your relations at work very well. And if you are able to make an impact, there is no stoppage of you growing in your career and growing your earnings, as well as getting a growth or a promotion, enhancing your reputation. Because the 11th, the Lagna Lord is going into the 11th house of aspiration, and Saturn is the natural ruler of the 11th house, which also denotes Aquarius, and the horoscope is of Aquarius. So very, very strong energies going into the 11th house, getting connected to career, getting connected to communication, getting connected to long distance travel or effort or religiously doing your duties. So your fate or luck may open up or manifest strongly if you play your cards very well, you communicate very well, and you manage your relations very well. Because Mars is also the Karaka of the 3rd house. So you can put in a lot of energy and a lot of very assertively rather than aggressively go and get results for yourself. Because Mars is an achiever. Mars doesn't like losing. So put your best foot forward. However, be mindful not to be too aggressive. Because the 7th Lord Sun is placed in your 10th house of Scorpio. Which means that if you're too aggressive, you may come across as too arrogant. And especially if you are in business, then you could spoil your relation, because 7th house is also the house of business, and the lord of the house of the business is sitting in your career. So, and that too in Scorpio. Scorpio has a lot of 8th house energy. So, you may either cause upheavals in your career or you may rise in career. So be careful, because post the 5th of December, Mercury, which rules the 8th house in your horoscope, is moving into your 10th house. So Mercury starts off the month being the lord of the 8th house in your 9th house, but transits around the 5th or 6th of the month into your 10th house and is there with Sun, which rules your 7th house. So lot of, and in Scorpio, so 2 8th house strong energies going into the 10th house of career and related to business and relations. So if you don't manage your relations very well, if you don't manage how you are aggressively and assertively asking for results based on Mars placement in the 9th house while ruling the 3rd house and the 10th house, because Mars rules the 10th house of Scorpio here, then you could spoil your chances. So be very careful, especially because Venus, which rules your 9th house, is placed in the 11th house of social network, social circle, and with 3 other planets, Saturn, Jupiter and Ketu, where Jupiter rules your 2nd house. So it seems complicated for Aquarius people because of so many things getting connected to career, 10th house, 11th house, 9th house of gains, and 10th Lord Mars being strongly involved, 7th house of relationships and business getting involved, 2nd house of earnings getting involved, 3rd house of effort, aspirations, and self-enterprise being involved. So a lot of energy is going into the 10th and 11th house here. Now, what could also happen is that later part of the month, you may, especially around the 15th and 16th, when Sun moves from your 10th house into your 11th house and Venus moves into your 12th house, 2 or 3 possibilities. One possibility is that because Venus is also your 4th house, 4th lord, and also your 9th lord. Now the 4th house is the house of domestic peace and domestic happiness and mental peace, and the 9th house is the house of religious ceremonies, religious duties. Marriage is also a religious ceremony, and 4th house is also the house of spouse or domestic life. You have a domestic life with spouse, and your Venus rules both and goes into the 12th house of bed pleasures. So you're starting off the month with Venus in your 11th house and then moves into the 12th house, which could mean you could meet your probable spouse at work. So you go to some office party and you meet somebody there, you hit off very well with them, and you could then, that relationship going forward could end up in that person being your spouse. Initially Venus going to the 12th house means you could keep it hidden for some time before you announce it. On the other flip side, if you already have a relationship with somebody at work which you have kept hidden for so far, then you come out and communicate about it. Why? Mercury is moving into your 11th house toward the end of the month. Around the 26th, Mercury is going to move into your 11th house and join Jupiter, Saturn, Ketu, Sun and Moon there. So that time you may announce to the world that this is a person I am getting engaged, and people at office may be surprised that, oh, okay, we thought that you guys are going along, and going around, and we didn't know and we didn't want to ask. All that sort of conversation and discussion may also happen about you and the probable secret office person with you for both these sexes. So you may come out with that. Third, what may also happen is you go with your spouse to a lot of parties. 4th house is the house of spouse or domestic affairs, and 9th Lord Venus initially starting off in the 11th house means you go to a lot of parties with your spouse. Spouse also joins you. Also because the 7th house Lord Sun is also going into the 11th house the end of the month. So your spouse goes along with you to a lot of office parties, end of the month, Christmas, festival time, joyous occasions and all that. Now the 4th result which may happen for Aquarius natives, and a lot of energies around Venus coming around here because of 4th house and 7th lords coming together in 11th house and then the 12th house. 11th house is a very strong house for aspirations being met and very closely connected to marriage or a committed relationship, because it is also Kama Bhava according to Vedic astrology. And towards the end of the month, when Venus gets into your 12th house and 7th Lord Sun gets into your 11th house, it could mean that you travel to foreign lands or you travel long distance and you meet your Venus there. It will be related to work or pleasure, but you travel to foreign lands or for a project work or for fun or holiday, and you meet your Venus there, and you keep it hidden for some time, and then it manifests later on. That could also happen. If you're working in foreign lands, you're already there, then while working you may meet your spouse at work in foreign lands, which later on manifests into a relationship. So these 3 or 4 possibilities are strongly possible. So marriage may be on the cards, a committed relationship, or a start of a long-term relationship may be manifesting for Aquarius people, or coming out of the closet and announcing to the world who you are with could also be something which Aquarius people can look forward to. Now, from a career point of view, as we talked about how Martian energy is strongly coming together, and 10th house is coming into becoming dynamic or getting activated, 11th house is getting activated. It could mean that some of you in business circles could form up a partnership, because 7th Lord Sun is getting into the 11th house the later part of the month. So you meet somebody at an office party or a social event, or you go to a friend's house, or you go to a colleague's house, and there you meet somebody with whom you later on start a business partnership. And with 7th Lord getting into the 11th house, and that too being the Sun, and with Mars coming into his own house towards the end of the month, it could mean that there is a very strong chance that end of the month you get a promotion, or in your business you start off your own company, because of which your social status increases with Sun going into the 11th house, because it's your own business, so you could start off being an MD or a CEO or executive vice president, whatever, based on how your business partnership work out, or a founder president, whatever. So if in business, this is a very strong manifestation of working or coming together of few people, friends or like-minded people, and starting your own business, or fructifying your business, or in your business doing very well and moving a step ahead. That is also strongly possible, especially with 5th house energies of Mercury, first starting off in the 9th house and then in your 10th house, and end of the month getting into the 11th house means, because the 5th house is also the house of speculation in your business, and business is also a speculative investment or a speculative step. So in your business you may take a step forward which could be which you could have analyzed very well, very thought through decision which you may take, because Mercury rules your 5th house and 5th Lord is getting into the 11th house. So you would have thought about it over a period of time, and now you felt it is the right time, and now you go ahead with the business deal, okay, or working with like-minded people. Some of you may get into some kind of a arrangement with even your elder siblings, with 11th house being strongly manifested. That may also happen. Some of you may work in the line or in the direction of your family, because 7th house, the 7th Lord Sun is moving into your 11th house. So some of you may start a business where you make your wife or spouse as the business partner, or you join, or you take your wife also along in your work. And it could also happen that you get some of you who are working in the line of your family, especially father. So if your father was a government servant, and you also are in government service, or in the same department, or in the same division, or in the same area of work, then you may get a promotion, you may get also a step ahead, especially related to father. However, around the end of the month, with 6th Lord Moon moving into the 11th house, joining Saturn and Ketu, which means service could be manifested very strongly by the end of the month. So around New Year's, some of you get a good fillip, growth at your work, especially if you're related to service. And those people in healing, those people who are working in all those enterprises which are support functions rather than the main functions, for them strongly service is manifested. That means they make greater growth, they may gain in their work, especially if it's healing, supporting, caring, hospitals, clinics, travel, tourism, spas, all support functions at work, whether it is training, which is HR, whether it is employee relations, whether it is computers, IT, all the support functions which support the main function, they can gain if these planets are strongly placed in your horoscope. So people in support functions, this is a good time. If your horoscope is strong and you have strong 10th house and 4th house and 2nd house energy, especially for Aquarius people, Jupiter is very strong, Mars is very strong, very well placed, Venus is very strong and well placed, and Moon is not afflicted, then time for you for growth in your service, in your area of work. However, mother's health may be bit of a problem end of the year. So take care of your mother. Some of you may spend time with your mother. Some of you may visit your mother along with your elder sibling, or she may be living with your elder sibling, and you may be visiting your mother along with your family or with your spouse. So that may also come about. Family time will be seen more. However, you may be too busy socializing at work with friends rather than spend time with your family later part of the month. Initial part of the month, of course, with 4th Lord getting involved in the 11th house, family will be of focus, and later part of the month, social circle and social networking, parties, enjoying, that may be of focus, and that may be where you manifest most of your energies here. Now, small things. Take care of your health with 8th Lord getting into your 9th house, then 10th, and into 11th house, especially feet, calves. For some people, the hip area, but for most people, the calf area and the ankle area. Especially if you're on the higher side of the age, take care of them, because Saturn rules your Lagna. Saturn also rules your 12th house of clinic, hospitals, and getting into the 11th house of very strong Sagittarius heat energies with Ketu. Ketu also denotes to some extent Scorpio energies, because it co-rules Scorpio with Mars. So take care of so don't overtire yourself. Give your feet some rest. Don't overdance and sprain an ankle or something. So take care of your health. Because it is feet, so it's not such a bother. However, 6th Lord Moon getting into Saturn and Ketu's conjunction in the 11th house means watch your diet, watch what you eat. And those people who have a challenge of heart during parties, dancing too much, taking too much to drink, you may affect your heart a lot. So please take care of yourself and don't push yourself beyond a point. So this month for Aquarius natives is to play it safe, party hard, but not too hard for your health. Play your cards very well, focus on your career, focus on the relationship, look at where you're making your investments, especially from a business point of view. From a career point of view, keep your colleagues and your managers very happy, and very analytically decide. If you are getting an offer, don't jump at it, but think through and then you decide. And keep your communications clean throughout the month of December, because Mercury rules your 8th house, and starting off in the 9th house, getting into the 10th, and then into the 11th. So you could spoil a lot of relations, spoil your chances at work if you don't communicate appropriately. Okay, so friend, this is my analysis for Aquarius natives for the month of December 2019. And if you're looking for a consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Please like this video, please share this video, please subscribe to this channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my new video is coming. Until we meet some other time, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan, signing off. Ciao.